Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello, everyone. Let me make sure. Okay. It is just me today. Um, July 3rd. The community anniversary for Kindred Fates, and I suppose sort of Skymill Studios as well. Um, Making sure I've got with me today some lovely AI generated stories for you all to read because you guys hadn't been making enough fan fiction, so we had to do it ourselves, or rather have a bot do it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I've got some nice ambient sound. Not sure if you can read it or hear it. Excuse me. Doesn't really matter if you can, I suppose, but tell me if that's too loud or if I'm too quiet. And just a little quiet for any. I will turn myself up, but no worries there. Oh. Oh, there's a lot more now. Okay. So, um, I've got for you today, um, okay. So I haven't read any of these stories. These were all, created in the, um, random fanfic generator, by other members of the team. Um, So I haven't read any of these, and I'm gonna read some of these. We're also gonna give away 5 champion packages. So if you want to enter into the giveaway for the champion packages, which does include the Alpha Combat Arena key, go on over to our Discord. I'm sure one of the mods will link it. Um, and yes, nice ambient winds. It's actually a snowfall on a snowy Ukraine mountain. Crackling fire. Um, Uh, yeah, so I haven't read any of these. Oh, and the giveaway, yes. I will periodically give out 5 of them. Um, I believe the bot that's handling it will ping you in the Discord server if you want. Um, and yeah, so we'll be rolling those throughout the stream. Just gotta react to just click on the emote that everyone else has already clicked on to enter, and that's all you gotta do. Don't worry if you haven't clicked on it yet. You're still able to click on it and enter in a chance to win. It draws somebody as soon as I do a draw, so it's not like you had to already be in. But without further ado, let's get into one of these. Let's see. Is there any of these is there any of these titles that immediately jumps out to people? I'm seeing Adventures of Auburn, Hero of Prussia, Requiem for a Doki, The Return of Ghost, The Consequences of His Own Actions, Adventures of the Littlest Auburn, 14, The Revenage of Salamurder, parentheses, Evil Twin, and then The Ballad of Bob the Shovelet. Littlest Auburn, Adventures of the Littlest Auburn, Skulk in One Plith. Well, we're gonna get to all of them. This is just what we're doing first. So, I guess I'm seeing the most for Littlest Auburn, so I guess we'll start off with that. Gonna do a poll. Alright. Okay, so we will start with Adventures of the Littlest Auburn. Um, Here we go. Adventures of the Littlest Auburn by Dark Andrewmon. So just so you know, the A/N stands for author note. So Dark Andrewmon will occasionally bump in sometimes. So it starts off with an author's note. Don't ask me. I didn't know where I was going with this either. I just write everything that comes into my head. You sure do, AI. It was a cold day in Detroit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Championship complimenting. Wait. Complimenting Flower Sing Contest. Gladius's voice boomed across the large arena. The complimenting Flowers Dome was the largest in the world, far bigger than the one in Montreal. This one was able to hold 3 trillion fans. That is pretty big. The littlest Auburn and Kadoki had just arrived via Dragon. This is it. Yes, I never thought I'd make it all the way here to the final. Wait, I never thought I'd, yeah, make it all the way to the final. I always knew you could make it, the littlest Auburn. You're my champion. Thanks, Kadoki, but I'll need more than your vote to win this. I'll need to give my all to become the #1 complimenting flowers. So, are they complimenting flowers? Or are they... Okay, I won't read too far into it. We can do a synopsis at the end. #1 flowers champion of Hinterlock. And it won't be enough, said a horrible voice from behind him. It was my dad. I'll win the contest fair and square, then everyone will bow down before me, the one true champion of complimenting flowers, and Lord of Evil. That's just a side job, though. No, that will never come to pass. I'll stop you, said the littlest Auburn heroically. Ha! With that, my dad twirled off into the arena. Into the arena. We must win now, we must. Before the contest, the littlest Auburn and his friends decided to take a tour of the arena. Aside from the normal restaurants and complimenting flowers gift shops, there was also a museum. A museum dedicated to the history and art of complimenting flowers. As they had done the other stuff already, they decided to go to the museum. Originally, complimenting flowers wasn't that popular as a sport. I wonder why. But in recent years, it had become the most popular sport in the world after all others were banned. Oh, that's why. Some people missed other sports at first, but slowly it was just accepted that complimenting flowers was the best sport on Hinterlock. Huh. They looked at the giant diorama of the first complimenting flowers-ing contest. There was a button that it could press, and the animatronics would act out famous events in its history. There were also giant pieces of complimenting flowers-ing equipment all around the museum. A slightly larger Auburn looked at one particularly large display. It's magnificent. Yes, it is. Just then, though, the display started wobbling. Oh no, it's coming down. The littlest Auburn dived out the way, but a slightly larger Auburn was too slow. Ow, I am trapped, said a slightly larger Auburn, who was now trapped under the rubble. The littlest Auburn tried to move the rubble, but couldn't. Sorry, a slightly larger Auburn, but I can't move it. That's okay, I'll wait here. Okay, I'll be going to the arena then. The littlest Auburn walked to the museum door, but it was locked. No, I am trapped, said the littlest Auburn. The littlest Auburn had no choice now, so he pulled the fire alarm. No other choices. By the time the fireman had rescued them, however, it was already halftime. The littlest Auburn had missed the whole first half of the competition. As a slightly larger Auburn was taken to the hospital by Stegosaurus, the littlest Auburn and Kadoki retired to the locker room. My dad was already there, still grinning. Oh, what a shame, a slightly larger Auburn isn't going to compete anymore. Even doing nothing, I am going to come second, you know? I might just let you win out of my generosity, my dad sniggered again. With that, my dad left out the back door. Gosh darn it, Kadoki said. My dad drives me mad. You know, I think they had something to do with a slightly larger Auburn's accident. The littlest Auburn was thinking hard. My dad is never generous. Lack of generosity is his #1 defining characteristic. Well, that and evil. That means, said Kadoki, her slow cogs working. They want to come second, said the littlest Auburn thinkingly. Do you think that's because they want the second prize? Wait, they want the second prize medal, said the littlest Auburn. Winning again? It must be because the second prize is actually Amber's credit cards. Yes, now look at the second prize. I notice it now. It's clearly the Amber's credit card. That explains why someone would want to become second. Exactly. So we have to beat my dad by being at... We have to beat my dad by being the best at coming second? How are we gonna do that? You have never lost before. I know, said the littlest Auburn. I'm not sure I know how. You got to, though. Just this once. You gotta come second. No, I can't. But I have an idea. You could compete. Me? Said Kadoki, surprised. Do they even allow girls like me to do complimenting flowers? No end quote there. Yes, it's a modern contest. A few girls have already competed. I'll win the contest as normal and you will come in second. You can do this. Okay, the littlest Auburn, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Then the gong went again. The final leg of the complimenting flowers contest had begun. As they walked into the complimenting flowersing arena, again there was an applause from the crowd. My dad was lying down and relaxing, clearly pretty relaxed. I want to compete, shouted Kadoki, proudly wearing a complimenting flowersing kit already. What? Said my dad, sitting bolt upright in panic. Yes, I am competing, said Kadoki. I have checked the rules and it's allowed, said Gladius, who was the complimenting flowersing referee. Gah, I'll bet you anyway, said my dad as he desperately started complimenting Flowersing. The littlest Auburn was already well in the lead by now, so he turned around and watched the real contest, the one between my dad and Kadoki. Kadoki had to get that second prize. The Hinterlock depended upon it. You can't defeat me, screamed my dad as they started complimenting Flowerzed in turns intensely. I have to. The littlest Auburn believes in me. The contest went on a long time. Aside from the littlest Auburn, Kadoki and my dad were the best complimenting flowersers in the world. The crowd went wild as they approached the finish. Come on, Kadoki, you can do it, said the littlest Auburn, who had already won an hour ago. Spurred on by the littlest Auburn, Kadoki put in the last burst of effort, doing a stunned complimenting flowers move and finishing spectacularly. No, screamed my dad. Gladius fired the rocket that officially marked the contest was over. No, screamed my dad. Well, don't, Kadoki. Wait, is this supposed to be well done, but it's well don't. You have come second and officially get the second prize award, said Gladius as she handed Kadoki the second prize award. No, screamed my dad. Kadoki looked at the prize, and it was Ember's credit card. The littlest Auburn had been right all along. She gave it to the littlest Auburn, as she knew only they should be trusted with it. No, screamed my dad. Okay, the Hinterlock is safe now, said the littlest Auburn. Thank you, the littlest Auburn, screamed the crowd. The littlest Auburn took a bow. With that, my dad got arrested, and everyone else went home. The end. I'm gonna like the story. She's dead. Chill out a bit. Wow. That's really something. Wow, yeah, that really is something. Huh. Okay, well. So, a quick synopsis for those of you who joined halfway through or who had an ad randomly in the middle. There, there was a very small Auburn and a Kajoki. They flew into a competition for complimenting flowers on a dragon. Kadoki and Auburn's dad trapped a slightly larger Auburn in some rubble, causing the littlest Auburn to be late. And then they found out the second place prize was Ember's credit card. So instead of Auburn losing his flawless record of winning, he instead decided to enter Kadoki into the competition so that Kadoki would beat his dad and get Ember's credit card. And then that happened, and then my dad was arrested. Or I guess Kadoki and littlest Auburn's dad was arrested. And that's that story. Wow. Okay. Off to a start. Don't know if it's a good start, but definitely off to a start. So that was it gone now? Oh no, it's here. Okay, Adventures of the Little. Okay, so now we've got 6 left. Um, you know what? The Hero of Prussia really speaks to my heart, but I'm gonna leave that for now. Um, and let me start a poll here. So hang on just a second while I get this poll rolling. Adventures of Auburn. Uh, Requiem for a Doki. Um, how do I even title that one? The Return. I'll just say Return of the Ghost. Uh, 14. Uh, Revenage. And Bob the Shovelet. And while you guys are voting for the first one, I will go ahead in the Discord and roll the first giveaway winner. So go ahead and start this poll. This is my first time attending any Twitch stream. Wow, what a first. Okay. So rolling the first giveaway now. Did I get the command wrong? I think I did. Hang on a second. I apologize. I have to figure out. Is that screwing it up? Oh, I have to end it first. Oh. Okay, so I guess anybody who hasn't uh, reacted to it yet has to like that's it. The cutoff is now, I guess. Okay. So we will go ahead and close it early then. Or not. If the if my lovely mods can figure out how to draw the first one for me, so that I don't waste too long doing this, please go ahead and end it for me, because it's not one to work for me, and I don't wanna just be sitting here on dead air forever. Okay, let me end the poll here. Close voting, show results. And looks like, am I reading that right? Yep, Bob the Shovelet seems to have won. Good stuff, good stuff. That's what will go next. Okay, Ballad of Bob the Shovelet. Here we go. Let me just take a sip of my tea really quick. I hope you all have a warm, comforting beverage, or just a beverage in general. Alright, here we go. The Ballad of Bob the Shovelet by Andrew. Okay, so this one's not even by Dark Andrew Mutt. This is just by me. Alright, author's note. So this is me cutting in again. All my stories take place in an alternate reality where the characters act this way. That is true for all stories. Okay, here we actually go. Ha 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 ha! Kadoki screamed as they gazed at their massive armies. Soon I will rule our hero's planet, and nobody can stop me. It was 2156 specifically when I got the call. Andrew, we need you. It was NASA. My company. They always called me when they were in trouble. I told them I was on holiday, so it must be serious. They always call me when it's serious. Okay, I said, I'll be right over. I quickly went over to NASA HQ in my Stegosaurus. I passed Bob the Shovelet at the gate, who recognized me and let me in straight away. As I got to the elevator, a sentient pretzel joined me on the way up. What's up? Trouble. They called me back from my vacation. It must be serious. Always is, said our hero. This time, it's NASA's oldest enemy, Sith, up to their old... Is this about... This is supposed to be about Kindred Fates. Okay. Up to their old tricks again. Typical Sith, always doing the evil. I suppose they are after Ember's credit card again. Why is it always Ember's credit card? Does he really have that much of a credit limit? Yep. Okay, I'll assemble a team tomorrow and we will deal with wicked ways. With that, we stepped out of the elevator into the car park and went home. What was the point of me coming in? Now it was tomorrow, and I was assembling my team. I first chose our hero, who I had called in specifically as our outside expert. I then chose Andrew, as they were good at stuff. Also Bob the Shovelet from our private army, so we had someone disposable who we wouldn't need in future stories. Wow, rip Bob the Shovelet. I also chose myself due to my all-around abilities. Yeah, I've chosen myself 3 times. After everyone was chosen, me and the sentient pretzel started planning. We were in the main planning room. There was a huge whiteboard, a projector, a screen, holograms, and a blackboard. Why do I need all 4 of those? They all serve the same function. This was the room where NASA planned stuff. Much of the good work we did started here. Like the time we defeated Kadoki and converted them to good and made them work for us. Or the time we saved the world from that rogue planet. Or the time we adopted a griffin. Really not that much good work, just work. I got out my pen and paper and started discussing the plan. I've been doing research and stuff in our database library. The Ember's credit card is hidden under San Diego. Ah, it makes so much sense. Why didn't we think of it before? Said our hero, definitely not sarcastically. Because NASA has access to a lot of secret files and shit. Oh right, of course. Now what? Said Gladius, who's now here, I guess. Now we leave for San Diego. With that, we all got into the NASA biplane, because NASA doesn't have any better vehicles, and flew to the very foreign city of San Diego. Once we got to San Diego, we decided to split up, with me and the sentient pretzel finding where the Ember's credit card was hidden, and the rest doing something which doesn't matter for the story. Good to know. Me and the sentient pretzel explored the town, checking out all the nightclubs and skyscrapers in San Diego. Eventually, after I'd done enough teamwork, I found... It's so hard for me to work with myself, apparently. Or I guess a sentient pretzel. I found where Ember's credit card was hidden. It was inside a new church, in the dead center of San Diego. Look, it's the Ember's credit card, but Kadoki is here already. What's going on? With that moment, Kadoki spotted us and came over. Mahaha, it was me. I was Sith all along. What? We said in shock? While you and your goody two-shoes NASA were being all la-di-da, we are good guys, la-di-da, I was being Sith. Biggest plot twist in anime history here. And now I have Ember's credit card. There is nothing you can do to stop me. Even with a sentient pretzel to help you, you're powerless. Kadoki grinned evilly at me. Oh, what? Oh, no, he's Andrew? What will we do now? Said our hero, who is also Andrew. Don't worry, we still got time. Activating the Ember's credit card. You gotta write a letter to the bank, you gotta tell them the card changed hands, they gotta do some paperwork. If we both kick sand together, we can take Kadoki/Sith out. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, go! With that, we both kick sand straight together right into Sith's face. Sith staggered backwards. No, you can't! Again, quick, while they are stunned! Good thing we just implemented that ability. Or that status, I guess. So we did it again. Bam! Pow! No! With that, Sith died. We did it. Sith is defeated once and for all. Thank you, Andrew, said, I'm assuming, the sentient pretzel. Me and the sentient pretzel celebrated our victory, but it was only the first of many more to come, and there was more evils in the world than just Sith, and they will all be coming after the Ember's credit card now. So consider this the end of part 1 of Andrew and our heroes, who's also Andrew, adventures. Fantastic. I can really tell that I wrote this. No, said my dad, exactly. Wow. Yeah, like Dragnaran said, apparently you just use Sand Attack twice, maybe 3 times, and they die. Impeccable, yeah. Okay, I think the giveaway will actually maybe go ahead now? Or not? Maybe it's not going to do it? Interesting. Huh. Well, we will get the giveaway sorted out, I promise. And I'm sorry that it's being so weird right now. The bot isn't wanting to cooperate. But I will keep going with my part of the stream and let the lovely mods and staff handle that part. And Bear just made too much money for their own good with that pretzel stand. Apparently. I wonder if they sold it to all 3 trillion people at the Complimenting Flowersing Stadium. It's even bigger than the one in Montreal, you know. Please let this be an anime right away. I mean, I don't have the power to do that, but maybe you do, Moon. Somebody needs to leave Ember and their credit card alone. Exactly! Is this what happens when you buy groceries and gas on your credit card every day and pay it off like the very same day? Is that how good your credit score gets? That everyone in the world is just after your credit card, so you have to bury it under the city of San Diego? Someone won? How? Oh, they did. Okay, good. So congratulations, Renee. You won the Kindred Fates Champion package. So congrats to Renee. I don't know if they're in the Twitch chat. My guess is probably not. Doesn't seem like it, but yeah, congratulations. You got a Kindred Fates Champion package. After the stream ends, I will go ahead and contact you about giving that to you. So look out for my message on Discord after the stream ends. And with that, I'll go ahead. You can use the reroll command now if you want. Okay. Sounds like the permissions are maybe screwed up. I don't know. Alright, well. Oh, is it Wildkin? In chat? Oh. If that is, congratulations. Oh, I messed up the permissions. Okay, thanks. Okay. Well, um, now that we've got the Ballad of Bob the Shovelet, which I think only mentioned him once as a gate guard to NASA, so it really had a lot to do with him. Um, now that we've, you know, now we're done with that masterpiece. We've got 5 left. I'll go ahead and set up the poll right now. Um, so I will take off Bob the Shovelet and just replace it with Hero of Prussia, and that should be good. And then after these 5 remaining ones are done, we will go ahead and we can take some audience votes for how to set up a few on the fly, and we'll see how that goes. Probably terrible, but we're gonna do it anyway. Give it a little bit more time. Alright, I'll go ahead and close it now. And looks like... oh, it was a tie between Requiem for a Doki and Hero of Prussia, but I'm guessing the polling extension flipped a coin and Requiem for a Doki won. So, here we go, Requiem for a Doki. What awaits us here? Alright, so are these all written by me in some weird name? This was, written by Also-Ru. Okay. Oh, off to an amazing start. You guys are gonna love this one, I bet. Slifer was in the shower. Meanwhile, Ember was walking by Slifer House, in the south side of Detroit. Why are these taking place in Detroit? She saw steam coming from the window, and went over the look. After all, the house could have been on fire, because steam is what you see when a house is on fire. She saw Cypher under the shower, and was happy because there was no fire. She went into the house and used Slifer's PlayStation to play some Guitar Hero on hard mode, of course, because Ember isn't a pansy, until Slifer was done. Suddenly, the littlest Auburn walked in. I don't know if this is a prequel or a sequel or an alternate universe yet. I guess we'll find out. Quick, you need to follow me. 3 Kadokis in a trench coat has returned. Oh no. Are they Sith? Okay, let's go. Okay. There is not 4 characters. There's only 3 characters. Who was the 4th one? And they left to beginning the start of the first chapter in their epic quest. MG, we are almost there, the littlest Auburn said after traveling for ages. Good grief, I didn't think we had journeyed this far. They sat down for a rest break, and to plot their trajectory into the Evil One's HQ base. Headquarters base. We must find the period. I forgot all about that, said the littlest Auburn, who was generally considered a moron, so we all laughed at them for forgetting. Haha, funny, who? Haha, you remember now. Yes, good. Yes, good. What happened next was so cool you will like it a lot. Basically, it went like this. Only it was even cooler because I didn't have to write it out. When it was in my head, the words didn't get in the way. By the way, excuse me if I skip the words occasionally. It's to save me time. Wow. Okay, after they finished the desk, they went to the base where the final battle started when they got there. Don't worry, the bad guy dies. Spoilers. They exited the littlest Auburn's wheels, and they stood before the place 3 Kadokis in a trench coat had been assembling their forces. It was the gateway to hell, and finally they got confirmation for what they had been expecting all along. 3 Kadokis in a trench coat was Satan. Who knew? But that did not deter him. The littlest Auburn could press on, and 70, seeing his courage, his friends, to found the strength in themselves to push themselves to the limit, period. Okay. But then they heard a loud noise, like the stampering of feet, or like a bad car engine, or when they try and make the ground flat enough so they can build a sidewalk. Like a jackhammer? All around them, his demons appeared. Three Kadokis in a trench coat had them, and the littlest Auburn knew what they was gonna do with them, and it wasn't going to be pretty. But then the littlest Auburn saw pure white fangs sprouting from his bottom. Where there once had been the golden and silver tattoos, wait. Okay. What? Okay, the littlest Auburn had wings. The littlest Auburn spread them out before him and stretched them. They crackled with power. They were at least 5 meters in wingspan. The littlest Auburn then turned to the three Kadokis in a trench coat. They gawked and awed. I would too, honestly. It was a power they had not seen before. This power, three Kadokis in a trench coat said. This power is, I have never seen such power. Raise your hand in chat if you have ever seen somebody grow 5-meter long butt wings. Anybody? Anybody ever seen 5-meter long butt wings? No? Yeah, I didn't think so. Even Slifer looked in awe at him, and then she said what everyone, including him, had been thinking but didn't dare to say. You're an... Say it, the littlest Auburn said. Tell the truth, I can take it. The littlest Auburn said as the littlest Auburn felt the burning nerves in his body floating in his stomach. An angel, said three Kadokis in a trench coat in absolute and utter awe. The hiss I never had seen before. Andrew and Lumala, who both of them just got here, I guess, were just as much in awe. Though with Andrew, the littlest Auburn knew it was because he just loved him so much. When the littlest Auburn looked in his eyes, it was like the littlest Auburn was drowning in a puddle of the deepest colors. What a love story, I think. The littlest Auburn stretched his wings further, and light came from beneath them, engulfing everyone in the illuminating lights. The demons had to hide their horrible feces beneath their wings as not to be smitted by the beauty of his light. Three Kadokis in a trench coat fell down on their knees and raised their arms in prayer. Oh God, let me live. Let me be part of the light again. And the littlest Auburn looked down upon him and... Wait, so is Auburn God now? And the littlest Auburn was about to engulp him in more with his rays, but then the littlest Auburn saw it was hurting them. The littlest Auburn stopped. No one deserved such a fate like that, but the littlest Auburn had to burn the evil out of the three Kadokis in a trench coat, else it would return. And so the littlest Auburn did. Before them, the portal exploded in rays of light and blue and greens and cyans. It was a wondrous spectacle to behold. Andrew ran into his arms and stared longingly in his eyes. He reached in for a kiss, but the littlest Auburn wasn't ready for that yet, understandably. I just came into the story. Then he fell down on his knees and said, "Will you marry me, my... Oh. Oh." And the littlest Auburn said yes, and everyone cheered. Then the littlest Auburn was crowned Space Queen of the South Side of Detroit, and the littlest Auburn would live many, many lives after, apparently. Okay, so this has to be a sequel, right? To the first story? Because clearly, the littlest Auburn has had a big step up since they won the Complimenting Flowersing tournament. Wow. This is how you guys figured out the game's story? Absolutely. Actually, no. I wish we could have come up with something like this. Yeah, the Space Queen of South Detroit. That's quite the title. I thought the Littlest Auburn was from the other story. Are these stories in the same universe? The Kindred cinematic universe? Almost. It's the Kindred AI-written fanfiction cinematic universe. It has quite the lore. Now we just have to figure out how to tie the Bob the Shovelet story into it. I guess they both feature me, so I guess you can draw a link there. All right, that was Requiem for a Doki. Because the first giveaway was delayed, I'll go ahead and roll another one. Andrew, you have some questions to answer. When did you marry Auburn? Well, I mean, clearly you can see Rainbow Oasis. It was in like paragraph like 19 or something. You got to keep up with the story. Where is the Requiem though? I don't know. Maybe it's metaphorical. 3 Kadokis in a trench coat needs to be a shifty traveling shop NPC that sells oddly necessary items and some monkey paw type goods. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna like that one as well, I suppose. That was good. That was good. Written by also Rue. Alright, let me go ahead and roll the next winner. Make sure to check Discord if you're pinged. That might mean that you're the winner. The new winner is Vrail Nocturnal. Congratulations. I will reach out to you again after the stream. So be looking out for my message on that, how to redeem the key. And yeah, let's let's get another poll going. I these I've messed with this AI before, and it always spits out good stuff. But these are really creme de la creme of these stories. These are really good. Okay, so let's take out Requiem for a Doki. Sorry, so we've got 4 choices yet. Um, got Adventures of Auburn, Return of the Ghost, uh, shortening that name, of course. 14, The Revenge of Salamurder, Your Evil Twin, and Hero of Prussia. Let's see. Oh yeah, sorry, it's not Revenge. It's Revenage. Give the poll a little bit more time. Oh no, it just it needs to be corrected. The author, whoever wrote that one, they deserve that their work be taken seriously. And it was wrong of me to mispronounce the title. Hero of Prussia is gold. Trust me. Have you read it? Oh, I guess. Huh. Okay. Well. Um. All right. I'll go ahead and end the poll. Looks like Adventures of Auburn won, so we'll be doing this one next. Alright. I don't know what to prepare for here, exactly. Okay. By Andrew has to read this one with character voices. Wow. Okay. Alright, we gotta do a character voice. Alright. Don't know how many characters are gonna be in this one, so this might get really, really hard to do and hard to maintain, but I will try. Very weird name for an author, though. We all know it's you who wrote these. You can't trick us. It honestly wasn't. It was other members of the team. I have never seen these before. Yes, get in character. Good start. It was him, apparently. Definitely wasn't Rob. Okay. All right. So I can do my normal voice for a narrator. Um, I'll have it be so whenever there's quotes. But it's so hard to figure out who's talking. Okay. Alright, here we go. Gladius was taking a shower this hot day. Then suddenly Auburn ran in. What voice should I give Auburn? Sorry I have to interrupt you, naked in the shower, but we must go. What? What? I'm taking a shower. I am indecent. This bathing barely conceals my legs. Can't you see that? I'm as good as oh my gosh, this is off to a great start. Yes, I can see that you're naked in the shower, Auburn said. But we must go. Salamurder, evil twin. Wait a minute. That's the name of the. This really is a cinematic universe. We must go. Salamurder, evil twin is back. What? What? Not a Salamurder, evil twin? Yes. Oh! Gladius got out of the shower and put some clothes on. After she was no longer naked, they left to defeat Salamurder, evil twin. Along the way, they contacted Andrew, because I'm in all of these stories, I guess, who joined them on their quest. I will join. Wait. Okay. I guess this can be my normal voice. I will join you on your quest to defeat Salamurder Evil Twin, said Andrew. Thanks for joining us on our quest. Thanks for joining us on our quest, said Auburn. Yes, we need. Crap, this is so hard. Yeah, we need your help to defeat the Salamurder Evil Twin, said Gladius. So Gladius, Auburn, and wait. So Gladius, Auburn, and now Gladius left by Ferrari for their epic quest to defeat Salamurder Evil Twin. Author's note: I have skipped the journey a bit, I have skipped the Yorny a bit because it would be boring. No author writes stories about traveling. Yawn. So yeah, take notes, any aspiring writers out there, or established writers. The Lord of the Rings, nobody cares about that. It's only about traveling, right? The Hobbit, nobody cares. Only about traveling. Yawn. We're almost there, said Auburn, as they arrived near the journey's end. Ah, said Andrew as he fall down a cliff. No. There, it'll be okay. No, this is something you cannot ease. Why? You don't. Son of why must you punish me like this? You don't have boobs. Oh. Don't worry, I feel better. Apparently my death wasn't that bad. What happens next was so cool. You will like it a lot. Basically, it went like this. Oh, good, they're actually going to tell us. Oh, no, never mind, they're not. Only it was even cooler because I didn't have to write it. When it was in my head, the words didn't get in the way, by the way. Excuse me if I skip words occasionally. It's to save time. Apparently this is written by the same author. Okay, after they finished with the gin that they had, they went to base, where the final battle started when they got there. Don't worry, the bad guy dies. This is a staple of this author, apparently. We are almost... okay, there's an end quote, but there's no start quote. I don't know... We are almost there. I can sense it. He walked around, stopping. So they proceeded. This went on for some time, where he just stops, said, we're almost there, I can sense it, and then starts walking again. They walked around for a bit, stopping outside a tall cave network. Salamurder, evil twin, they is here, said Auburn. As they entered, it was strangely and creepily abandoned. Come on, said Auburn, talking to somebody, I hope. And then they went on their way. Okay, wait. Oh, a voice for Slifer. Okay, okay, they's sure to be in the penthouse suite in this apartment, said Slifer, pressing the correct elevator button. The elevator went up a few floors. Suddenly, there was a bang on the roof. Oh gosh. Has Lumala been? No, Lumala hasn't been in here yet. Down, shouted Lumala. And they did, which is just as well, because seconds later, the hatch opened and a couple of trolls with wands pirouetted down. Oh god, what are we going to do? Said Andrew. We gotta think fast, said Slifer. Okay. Oh, this is a new character. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's so many new characters. That's why. Okay. I don't even know how to do this, guys. But I'll push through. I'll push through for the sake of the anniversary of the community. I know you don't like. No, that's too similar to Auburn. I know. do it. I know you don't like violence, Auburn, but you have to do this. Do it for me, please, said Jade, who is in the story somehow at this point. Okay, you're right. I know we have to fight them, said Auburn, who did a massive, mighty super karate kick just as the first soldier landed. His soldier who is also a troll with a wand who's pirouetted, uh, which knocked them unconscious. Uh, uh, nice work, but it's not over yet. Look! A massive space pirate appeared, but they killed him, so it's not really noteworthy. Ding, they reached their floor. So you... Oh, gosh. So, you have come, said a voice booming from the sky. A shuttlecraft appeared above them. Salamurder Evil Twin laughed at them from it. Ha 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 ha! Oh, okay. I could gun you all down from here with... with my mace. But I would rather do this personal style. They leaped down and landed at the far side of the rooftop. Who is speaking now? Really, they said, still laugh. Or no, I guess that's whatever. Auburn removed his shirt. Of course, he's wearing a shirt, and flexed his abs. Yes, I am ready. With that, they leaped at each other, metaphorical guns blazing, which were literal rockets. Huh. I kill you dead. Salamurder Evil Twin headbutted Auburn in the chest. Auburn fell backwards in pain, punching a few times before crashing to the ground. Ah ha ha ha, laughed Salamurder Evil Twin. You could never have defeated me, so why did you even try? I had to, for all that was good and just in the world. Well, now you will die. Goodbye. I sound kind of like Count Dracula with that voice. Salamurder Evil Twin leaned over Auburn, holding a large rock. Gonna take him out Cain and Abel style. Oh gosh, back to this one. Quick, Auburn, use this, said Jane, chucking a nearby Barbie doll. Really? Okay. Auburn grabbed it and chucked it towards Salamurder Evil Twin hard, knocking them backwards. Because, you know, there was nothing else to throw, and the Barbie doll just has that much mass that it's able to... Okay. Off the edge of the tall farmhouse they were on. Wait, the farmhouse had an elevator? Goodbye, Salamurder Evil Twin. Have a nice fall. Arg! We are safe now. They fell to certain doom. Andrew and Slifer got out from the bush they were cuddling. Thank you, you saved us all. Don't mention it. So they left the tower, which was also a farmhouse, and went home. They lived happily ever after, had lots of kids. Who? The end. What a fantastic story. What? Bravo. An absolute masterpiece. It's a tad hard to follow. I don't know what you're talking about, Zypher. It's perfectly easy to follow. Circle of Life plays in the background. Probably. Balance out mass with sass. That's perfectly right. You know what? I agree. I need my rum for all this. You think you do? Wow. Wow. My Auburn plushie not doing this voice. Where can I get a refund? I mean, I would want a refund if it was doing that voice. Wow. That really... I don't know how... Are you recording? Yes, I am. I wouldn't have made that mistake twice. I don't know how Kindred Fates will live up to the genius that is the Kindred Fates AI fanfic cinematic universe. I know, right? Like, this is beyond the Skymill team's capabilities, really. Like, we couldn't... You know, we are an ambitious small team. You know, we really put a lot into our work, a lot into our effort, but I really don't think we could do this story justice. So it's a good thing we're not even trying, because, you know, we wouldn't be able to. Capability or understanding, exactly. We can't even comprehend. Mere mortals cannot even fathom the meaning of the story. I certainly can't. And I'm not gonna bother trying. Okay, so that was Adventures of Auburn, I believe, right? It's so hard to keep track of these. Yeah, it was. Okay. I will start this poll and take a sip of tea and maybe run that command to pick another winner again. Okay. The Squizzard of Oz. Congratulations. I love your username, by the way. Look out for my message after the stream's over. I'll contact you about your grand spanking new champion package. And I know that the wording for the bot might be a little confusing. It's not. It shouldn't say the new winner, or I guess it's not that I'm actually re-rolling. It is just the way to make the bot work for this purpose. So don't think that the previous winners are losing anything, please. I'm sure that question will come up. All right, I'll let the poll go for a little longer. Why does my mouse keep disappearing? Interesting. Stream's been up for around an hour. Let's see, we've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 winners. Okay, so if we have this going for another half an hour, at most an hour, we can do another 2 giveaways. All right, so we're just about done with the pre-made stories by the team, and so soon we'll be getting into the real good stuff, which is the live on air with your guys's prompts, I guess you'd say, inputs into the AI. I'm sure that'll be real good. All right, closing the poll. Looks like, yep, okay, 14. The Revenge of Salamurder Evil Twin has won. I would say it's a sequel, because of course it seems to be about Salamurder Evil Twin, which was of course the antagonist in the last story, if you're following. Um, but because it's labeled 14, I feel like it could possibly be a sequel way down the line. So it's possible a lot has happened in between the last story and this one. It's hard to say, but I guess we'll find out. The Revenge, or sorry, 14, The Revenge of Salamurder, Evil Twin, by Andrew of Red Steel. Author's note. I got this idea from another story I was writing, so I thought I'd use it here as well. So, so so Andrew of Red Steel read, you have to read this in different voices, Andrew. They read their story and, they got the idea for a sequel. So that's the explanation here. It's actually, the cinematic universe is really a collection of it's kind of like the SCP universe, like it's got like different stories from different authors as like a collaboration project. All right. Andrew woke up one spring Saturday. Nothing was darker than the stars, the old sage had told Andrew. The old sage was very wrong. And he also told Andrew that virtue is the best property in a person. And that Andrew could be the legendary chosen one that the old prophecies of old and dank and darkness had spoken about. Yes, the prophecy. That what had made Andrew lay awake at nights. Of course, Gladius had asked what was up with Andrew. Of course, Andrew would always say, "There is nothing going on, dear. Go back to... I guess I'm married to Gladius now." Okay. And in their minds, they'd fill in, "You don't have to worry about the terrible burden I will carry for the rest of my life." Wow, that's... Put an F in chat for that. Because everyone knows, prophecies have a nasty way of coming true, and this one was about to come true spectacularly. Salamurder Evil Twins sat on their throne wetly. I guess they just crawled out of the lake. They knew there was something wrong. Of course, Salamurder Evil Twin had looked into the sacred mannequin, but that could tell them nothing. Oh boy. They got up and called for their men. Author's note. Last year, Salamurder Evil Twin had actually gained control over the demonic armies of the underworld. It's really a cool story. Maybe I'll write it someday. Okay, so I think potentially this takes place after the Kadoki story, the three Kadokis in a trench coat. I think after the Kadoki died, or whatever happens, I think Salamurder's evil twin swooped in, got control of the armies of hell, and this is a sequel to that. Master, the biggest of the demonic generals, spoke to Salamurder Evil Twin. The seers in our army have heard the whispers of the Dark Blood. The prophecy is about to come true. The prophecy? Yes, the prophecy. Then I know what to do, said Alamurder Evil Twin. I want you to go to Ohio and steal Gladius from Oh no, not my girlfriend? Lover? Something? It will be my pleasure, the vile creature spoke, and with a swoof he raised up and flapped on his wings away. On to Ohio, where he knew Gladius would be. In the darkest of dark nights, between the sun dawn and the sun dusk, I think that's just called dawn and dusk, the demons would arrive, and before Gladius could realize, a large army had amassed before their doorstep. But Gladius would not go without a fight, and for a brief moment it looked like they'd get the upper hand, but then the demons used their infernal power, and down Gladius went, captured by the demonic army, all now helpless in the darkest caves underneath, in a special prison they had prepared for Gladius. And in the distance, Gladius was sure they could hear Salamurder Evil Twin laugh. Oh no, they thought, if only Gladius could warn Andrew not to come, because this was a trap. Gladius was sure of it. They'd seen Salamurder Evil Twin do this sort of thing before. But then, back then, it was with guitar, apparently. It was quite a fight that time in order to save Slifer, but eventually it was quite a fight that time in order to save... Okay. Wow. Alright, Slifer, but eventually they prevailed, although Gladius didn't know if they could do it now. After all, Gladius was captured, and now trapped with the demons in the prison below in the cave. Chained up, beaten, threatened with unspeakable acts that the demons all too sure loved to talk about, but it was a trap, and despite that, Gladius would love in Andrew would come. Gosh, Gladius wished they could defeat Salamurder Evil Twin on their own, but Salamurder Evil Twin was too strong, and had the prophecy on their side. There was not much to do, except maybe Andrew could save them, but it could still be a trap. Of that, Gladius was sure of, ... And Andrew met Salamurder Evil Twin, and he said, oh, OM gosh, you look big and scary. Salamurder Evil Twin laughed. I came here to kill you, but now I know I can't. You're going to kill me, aren't you? No, why should I? You're a werewolf like me. What? Look deep into your heart. You know it to be true. Andrew looked deep into his soul and saw the truth. He was one. He was on the wrong side all along. How was he on the wrong side just because he was a werewolf? He left who he wrongly thought were his friends and joined his true family. And so they lived happily ever after as werewolves. I guess I'm on Team Jacob. You heard it here first. Wow. I don't know what to think about this one, honestly. Does anybody have any thoughts? Can anyone give me any solace to the story? I don't think there is solace to be had. That's not even how you spell werewolf, is it? It's wear like you wear clothing, and then wolf. Rip Gladius. I don't think Rip Gladius. I think she's fine. I think she's just in a cage. Maybe they let her go since the trap was... There's no reason to have the trap anymore. Because all they had to do was point out that I was a werewolf. Salamurder wasn't the villain. I mean, was he? I guess if I was on the wrong side and I switched sides, that would be Salamurder Evil Twin's side. Huh. Maybe this was the good twin all along. Interesting. Okay. Let's see, have we Okay, so we've got two left. We've got the Hero of Prussia and the Return of the Ghost, the consequences of his own actions. So I'll go ahead and make that last poll. Wow. These are some really good stories, I think. What was the prophecy? I don't know. At first the prophecy was that I had to be killed, and then apparently the prophecy was on Salamurder's side, I think. And then I turned into a werewolf, so the prophecy didn't matter. Maybe the prophecy was that I was going to become a werewolf. I don't know. I'll let, since it's two options, I'll let the poll go on just for a few more seconds here. Wow. Yeah, I really don't know what to think about these. I mean, I read Pied Piper before, as those will remember. What was that, like a year ago? It's a long time ago, over a year ago. I think it was April Fool's last year. And that was a good story, but I really think I missed an opportunity there, and I'm so glad I'm doing this now to make up for lost time. The real villain was Andrew. You were married to Auburn, but now you're married to Gladius, SMH. No, I wasn't. It never specified my relationship to Gladius. I think I assumed that, but I could very easily be wrong. Um, okay, I'll close the poll. Oh, by a slim, slim margin. It was actually tied up into literally the second I clicked end the poll. Hero of Prussia has won, so we'll go ahead and open up this one. Oh boy, what does this have in store for us? By Andrew of Prussia. Okay. One day, the amazing Andrew of Prussia was walking to school when a stranger in the street said, "Could I have your autograph? Please, sign my guitar," said the rather attractive female stranger. The amazing Andrew of Prussia signed it and handed it back. "Here's my autograph," said the amazing Andrew of Prussia. "To be honest, while I did want your autograph, I also, you see, oh, here we go, now proper fanfic territory. I was wondering when it was going to happen." The stranger hesitated. "I need your help urgently. You must say—" Oh, never mind. We're back to the same territory. What? How? Huh? "We need someone strong, intelligent, and mighty. You have been chosen." "But I'm not that strong. I'm just a weak, nerdish school student," said the amazing Andrew of Prussia, flexing his muscles. Wow, what a humble brag. "Well, I always felt that there was something weird about me. Probably all these muscles. I never thought I'd be assigned a mission like this," they lied. "You are the special. Our magic flower crown of destiny came to us in a dream again and told us to find you. You must save us from Ember. We don't have the power on our own." "Very well, I suppose I'll help you." Suddenly, the amazing Andrew of Prussia was sucked into an underground lab. "This is where we have set up our new secret HQ headquarters." The HQ. There's someone that wants me to wait. There's someone wants me meet. There is someone that wants me meet you. At that moment, or sorry, man, at that movement, a door slid open with a funny sound. Light shined from behind, and a shadow stood there. "So, this is the one we are after? He certainly looks as handsome as we've heard." Big Doki walked out of the light. "Greetings." The amazing Andrew of Prussia was amazed. Always brilliantly modest, as we learned in the last few paragraphs, the amazing Andrew of Prussia never dream of receiving such a compliment from great Big Doki. "Thank you. It is an honor to meet you." "The honor is all mine." "No time for that now," said Lumala. "We have work to do." Author's note. I got bored with the story, but then I read this really cool story about putting the characters in high school. It'll be full of love and family issues and other cool stuff. Ember is like the school bully, but everyone likes them. And Big Doki is like the loner who just does snakeboard tricks on their own because no one likes them. It's really unfair to Big Doki because they is really cool actually, but no one at the school knows about their superpowers, which is doing snakeboard tricks. Big Doki was in class. Okay, I'm no longer the focus of the story. Big Doki was in class. They was paying it well attention because Big Doki wanted to go to the best universities. But like always, annoying Ember was being a meanie as always. They was annoying other people in class and the teacher, but their rep protected them until Big Doki could take it no more. Big Doki stood up and said, that you wait, look that you want to spend the rest of your life in a call center ain't my problem." Amber stopped and looked at Hiro with fury. Others in the class gasped. No one said that to Amber. Everyone was sick of thinking that. Ember laughed and got up from their seat and grinned. Masley? What do you want, Point Dexter? Are you here to tell me what to do, huh? Big Doki gulped. They had not thought of what to do next now. But then Lumala and the amazing Andrew of Prussia rised from tier seats too. Big Doki looked at them. They nodded back at them, and with their arms crossed, they looked like they could take Ember on. What a fabulous trio. And then Big Doki looked on their right. They saw that the teacher had hid himself behind the desk. Even the teacher thought it was suicide to confront Ember like this. So Ember rose up and walked to Big Doki, and they said, "I will see you after school, in my turf. You know where to find it." "I'll be there," said Big Doki, certain of themselves. And Ember left, leaving behind a trail of cold and shivers went down Big Doki's spine. This wasn't going to end well. Big Doki followed the screaming. Wait, what? Big Doki followed the screaming till they reached their brother, who was being tortured. Wow. Big Doki, over here, help, quick, it hurts. Then Big Doki saw the final boss, who had been torturing their brother. Big Doki shot bullets from their phaser really fast, and the bullets went wham and hit Ember in the eyes, and they couldn't see. Big Doki said, "Eat this," and punched Ember in the eye, and the Ember went to his knees. Big Doki said, "He is dead now. You is safe. Thank you. Glad I could help, brother. But you should come earlier next time," and they laughed. Wow. Ember lost his credit card. Now he's pissed and he's torturing people. Wow. I am so confusing. Got those Big Doki phasers, slaps knees. Wow. And they go wham. The phasers go really fast, and the bullets, and they went wham, and they hit Ember in the eyes, and then they punched him in the eyes and said, "Eat this." Wow. This one might be the best one so far. I think Billy was right earlier. Wow. Or was it separated? I think it might have been separated earlier. It said that this one was the best one. Yeah, you would say that. Okay, so now it's time for the final of the pre-made stories before we go into the free-form ones. The return of Ghost, the consequences of his own actions. Giveaway? Yeah, I was gonna do a giveaway after this one, and then once we end the stream. Because there should be 2 left, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So there's 2 left. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and, yeah. The giveaway schmoveaway, I want to hear the return of the Ghost of the consequences of his own actions, the movie, the series. Exactly. Part of the Kindred AI fanfic cinematic universe. The complete DVD collection, yeah. Alright. The Return of Ghost of the Consequences of His Own Actions by Metal Ghost Andrew. Note: in my story, characters are ghosts. This is how I picture them in my head. Hello, my name is Andrew, and I decided to write this story. Metal Ghost Andrew, to be exact. I got this idea to write it after break first? I hope you like it. So here it goes, enjoy. Ha 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 ha! Ghost, the consequences of his own actions, screamed as they gazed at their massive armies. Soon I will rule Ghost Andrew's planet, and nobody can stop me. On a cold September, after his great adventures, Ghost Andrew was wondering what to do that week. He had picked up his life. Okay, so this is like the final one in the cinematic universe, because this must be after I fell off the cliff, because now I'm Ghost Andrew. He had picked up his life from where he left it and wanted to make something from it. Then, all of a sudden, a strange woman appeared on Ghost Andrew's doorstep. She was hidden beneath a long cloak and had long brown nails on her fingers. Her dirty hair flooshed down from beneath the cloak, and she had glowing eyes. "You are not who you think you are," said the strange woman. "What do you mean?" said Ghost Andrew. "You are not who you think you are," she said again with a mysterious, crackling voice like a bad radio transmission. "I still don't understand you," said Ghost Andrew. "Here, take this," she said, and gave Ghost Andrew an alarm clock. Take this and give it to your parents or guardian. They will know what to do with it." And with that, she disappeared before Ghost Andrew's eyes. Ghost Andrew was understandably confused, but thought that he had to do something. But rather than going to his parents or guardian, like he probably should do after a strange woman showed up with a ghost transmission voice and gave him an alarm clock, Ghost Andrew decided to show it to Ghost Slifer. "Oh no," said Ghost Slifer, "you must forget about this." "Why?" inquired Ghost Andrew. "What do you know?" I I can't tell you, my dear Ghost Andrew. I didn't think it would be this soon that you got an alarm clock." "What?" yelled Ghost Andrew. "Are you keeping things away from me? It's for your own good. You simply cannot know this," said Ghost Slifer, and before Ghost Andrew could do anything, Ghost Slifer had escaped his grasp. "No! Damn it! Wait. No. D Damn it. When will I ever know the truth?" Ghost Andrew was feeling depressed. One of his best friends abandoned and betrayed him. It hurt. So Ghost Andrew wanted to find Ghost Gladius, the only one that could give me solace, I guess. After their adventure, Ghost Andrew and Ghost Gladius had been spending a lot of time together. Ghost Andrew kind of started to like her, so maybe this is actually a prequel to um, the one where I become a werewolf. Maybe. So Ghost Andrew went to Ghost Gladius and told the whole story. She listened to Ghost Andrew without saying a single word. Then she went, "WTF, this is so big." And Ghost Andrew said, "I know. Do you know a way to find out what is happening? Why is everyone hiding things from me?" Ghost Gladius sighed and said, "You have always been special, Ghost Andrew, and not just to me." "How do you know that?" Ghost Gladius looked at the teddy bear that Ghost Andrew had received. "Wasn't it an alarm clock? It kind of looks like the pretzel, doesn't it?" "Could be, but it might not be. But yes, certainly it might be. Whatever it is, I can recognize it quite well, and I think," Ghost Gladius said, "that perhaps a mysterious woman wanted you to find something inside of you." "Like, inside my heart?" "No, don't be silly." "Like a memory." "Yeah, don't be silly. Not your heart, not your personality, a memory. Think about it. If your parents lied to you, and now Ghost Slifer doesn't want to talk to you about your background, perhaps there is a hidden memory in your head." Ghost Gladius's logic was flawless, so Ghost Andrew had to try what? So Ghost Andrew concentrated on the object. Immediately, he felt drawn into it. It stated a wheat as a vague, fuzzy thing in like when you wear glasses and there is a lot of moisture in the air and you see a TV on the horizon. One of those things, I guess. But it turned out that there was a secret memory. Wait. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, am I just dumb? Did I read memory when it said memory? Okay, wait. Okay, it was memory the whole time, I think. It said memory once? Okay, good. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Good. Alright. Yeah, like a memory. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. So Ghost Andrew okay. Wow. Okay. Memory. Okay, it turned out to be a secret memory hidden beneath the veil layer of self-loving in his head. Yeah, everyone hates self-loving. And within that memory, a burning figure appeared. It was Ghost, the consequences of his own actions, in hell, probably because of his own actions and the consequences. Ghost Andrew was confused. He didn't think that memory would be in there, and yet it was there, burning like the heart of a newborn star and the center of the earth. So Ghost Andrew got onto his dragon, as you do. The others followed on their scooter, but were quite far behind, understandably. Ghost Andrew knew he had to go faster and faster, like the speed of sound. So he raced down streets and around corners, skidding furiously around pedestrians and cops. No time for rules, he called as he passed. Road safety laws prepare to be ignored. I have to take my full responsibility. Wait, I have to take my full responsibilities of life, he said. Suddenly, up ahead, he saw some bad guys, so he did a massive wheelie backflip over them. Wheelie backflip on a dragon, headbutting them as he was above them. Eat my fist! Ghost Andrew yelled as he slapped them. He sped onwards past fields and villages and cities and skyscrapers and other landscape. You know, other miscellaneous landscape that's not one of those things. Then he saw the road sign to where he had to go, and so he went. He whacked some more bad guys with a sideways 360 spin before leaping off the bike that he has instead of a dragon now. Later, when the others catched up, they continued their journey. Our heroes arrived at the central district. How will we find where they is based in this big city? We will never find him. Maybe not. Look there. Behind them was a massive blimp sign with the ghost, the consequences of his own actions, corpse. Oh, this is cyberpunk now. Okay. So they find where. So they found where he. So they found where they was and entered the space elevator. As they entered, it was strangely and creepily abandoned. Come on, said Ghost Andrew, and they went on their way. Okay, they is sure to be in the penthouse suite in this manor house, said Ghost Slifer, pressing the correct elevator button. The elevator went up a few floors. Suddenly, there was a bang on the roof. Down, shouted Ghost Lumala, and they did, which is just as well, because seconds later, the hatch opened, and a couple of lackeys with tasers pirouetted down. Wow, really gotta pirouette down the elevator. Oh god, what are we to do, said Ghost Auburn, who's there now. We gotta think fast, said Ghost Slaver. Okay. I know you don't like violence, Ghost Andrew, but you have to do this. Do it for me, please, said Ghost Lunatica. Okay, you're right. I know we have to fight them, said Ghost Andrew, who did a massive, mighty super karate kick just as the first soldier landed, which knocked them unconscious. Nice work, but it's not over yet. Look! A mass of loyal followers appeared. But they killed him. Ding! They had reached their floor. So you have come, said a voice booming from the sky. A jump shed appeared above them. Ghost, the consequences of his own actions, laughed at them from it. Ha 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 ha! I could gun you all down with my sword, but I would rather do this personal style. They leaped down and landed on the far side of the rooftop. Ready, they said, still laughing. Ghost Andrew removed his shirt and flexed his abs, which he doesn't have because he's a ghost. Yes, I am ready. With that, they leaped at each other, metaphorical guns blazing, which were literal AK-74s. I kill you dead. Ghost, the consequences of his own actions, headbutted Ghost Andrew in the chest. Ghost Andrew fell backwards in pain, punching a few times before crashing to the ground. Ha 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 ha, laughed Ghost, the consequences of his own actions. You could never have defeated me, so why did you even try? I had to, for all that is good and just in the world. Well, now you will die. Goodbye. Ghost, the consequences of his own actions, leaned over Ghost Andrew holding a large rock. Quick, Ghost Andrew, use this, said Ghost Lunatica, chucking a nearby carpet towards Ghost Andrew. Ghost Andrew grabbed it and chucked the entire carpet towards Ghost, the consequences of his own actions hard, knocking them backwards off the edge of the tall bungalow they were on. Goodbye, Ghost, the consequences of his own actions. Have a nice fall. Ah! We are safe now. They fell to certain doom. Ghost Auburn and Ghost Slaver got out from the bush where they were cuddling. Thank yous. You saved us all. Don't mention it. So they left the tower and went home. They lived happily ever after and lots of kids. The end. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Wow. The bungalow has an elevator. To be fair, it makes more sense than the farmhouse. Yeah, some serious deja vu from this one. now I'm ready for giveaways. Lots of kids again. Okay, so Purgatory. Yeah, maybe this is it just keeps looping, until it's like Groundhog Day, until they achieve the right outcome. Okay. With that being said, time to do the fourth winner of the giveaway. I'm Wow, okay. Sorry, my brain is just a little broken from trying to understand these stories. Oh boy. Make sure you guys all got something to drink and hydrate with, preferably something hard after these stories. Oh wow, the new winner is Umberto Bjorn. Congratulations. Is Umberto in the chat? Hey, Furt Turret. Reunion episode. Kind of. Is Umberto in the chat? Maybe? Wait, hey, can you now play the alpha? Are any of the winners in the stream? It's a good question. I guess not. Moving on. Okay, so now that we have successfully completed all 7 of these stories, I think I have time for perhaps just one of the stories that we come up with together. So I will let you guys come up with this one. Let me pull this up here. All right. Just a second to adjust this. Okay. Everyone take a sip of their drink, I suppose. All right, here we go. Here is the lovely website that is responsible for all of these amazing stories today. So yeah. So here's the inserts. Of course, we're not gonna mess with preset and fandom setting. We'll just keep that modern era to keep it simple, I suppose. Or actually, you know what? Do you guys want to change setting? Any thoughts on changing the setting? Caveman, fantasy, future, medieval, modern fantasy, and Victorian. Yeah, the real hero is Twitch chat. Modern, okay, we'll keep it there. Hero's name. I mean, you guys really are a hero. So, so yeah, we'll go ahead and say Twitch chat. The villain is me, Jeanette. Arrow, I do, I think all of these stories have probably been set in the modern era, so I'm curious to see what Victorian era has to offer. Yeah, Jeanette is the villain? Okay. Okay, we can do that. And then Twitch chat is, of course, unspecified gender. Coffee. The homeworld is probably Earth. Okay. Sounds good to me. We'll do Hero's Homeworld. Probably Earth. Hero hobby is spamming. You know what? With Twitch chat. You know what? I like that separated. We'll do internet as hometown. Hospital drama. How would we even do that? Um, okay, so heroes, yeah, spamming. That makes sense. Okay. Or is that a super? No, it's not really a superpower. It's just a hobby, you know? All right. Can we get a superpower? We need two sidekicks. I mean, a MacGuffin. Uh, do intro sometimes. Author's name. We'll just have this also be Twitch chat, but we won't make it a ufic just in case that makes it screwy. Internet. Wait. Shape-shifting. Hyping. Okay. Hyping, shape-shifting. Hyping does seem pretty good. The Twitch chat does tend to hype things up. So, trying to make that a adverb here. Hyping. MacGuffin is the credit card from before. You know what? You're right. That's the only real MacGuffin that can exist is Ember's credit card. Cool. Let's get some side character. Get some side characters. Me. Okay. Well, leaves just one. People volunteer to be sidekicks. Anybody want to volunteer? I can't promise what this will do to you, Lady Foxling. All right, I will assume from your username, female sidekick 2. Okay. Pexan. Okay. We'll do. Oh man, Pexan really should have been the villain, but Jeanette got there first, so definitely Pexan. Is it? I think it's 2 A's, right? Yeah. PXAN. Yeah. Okay. And then for the last male sidekick, because Rob has generated so many of these stories and made me suffer on stream, I'm gonna put Rob. All right. Is that everything? I think. Okay. So then now with these, we gotta be. Okay. Let's just randomize this a bit. Definitely turn the sex all the way down, because obviously. All right. Is there any adjustments people would want to make? Ego all the way up. Let's see. Ego is. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Cliche all the way up. I mean, it already is, but I'll maximum cliche. Okay. Violence off. Cliche max. Wow. Okay. And then ego up. Okay. So, violence off. Ego all the way up. Cliche all. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure this will be perfect. They're not even gonna think so much as to hit each other. All right. I'm gonna just to be sure. I'm gonna go ahead and scan this one for a second before I show it, just in case, because we did have a few. I think that they said that when they were creating them, there was a few that even though the sliders were very tame, there was still some stuff that showed up as AI does and was very not gamer. Uh, oh gosh. Oh, oh no. Oh, yep, nope, 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 nope. No. Oh, wow. Yeah, no. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. See you, Billy. What'd you get? Something we're not gonna we're gonna roll that again. We're gonna roll that again. Okay. Hopefully this will be better. Uh oh wow. Uh okay. This might be fine. Huh. This'll be good if it's the rest of it's okay. Wait. No. No. Oh no. Okay. It just knows. It just knows that we put Twitch chat in there, and it just makes it horrible. The first half of it seemed fine, so maybe I can just take like the first half of it, and the ending seems fine too. So maybe if I just take out this middle section, try turning ego down. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. I'll just I'll touch ego down a little bit and maybe violence up a little bit because I wonder if because only 2 bars are up, it's like not having enough to work with and it's just forgetting our settings. So I'll try that. Okay, let me try and read through this really fast. It's like the last one had a really good paragraph too about how Rob was standing up in front of everyone with his shirt off, and he was so strong and made everyone else feel unsure of themselves, which was hilarious. But alas, pretty much everything surrounding that was horrible. uh, okay. Okay. Oh no. Okay, wait. So, okay, if I just take out that last part, if I just take out that last part, it'll be fine. So, okay. I'll have to copy and paste this into a text doc. uh, because okay, so the story wraps up and it's fine, but then it's then there's like an author note at the end, and it just yeah. Let me paste this into a text doc really quick. You guys definitely have an effect on this bot. Okay. Alright. Should be good. There's a bad author's note at the end. Yes, there's like a whole paragraph that just gets wild. Okay. Here we go. You guys can see that, right? Okay. It's titled Ember's Credit Card by Twitch Chat. I'm so sorry for not updating. I'm working really hard on some other cool stories. As usually, the fandom characters aren't mine, but everything else is. Enjoy. Summary. I suck at writing summaries. Besides, the fic isn't that long. Make the main font a bit bigger? Okay, that's fair. There we go. Okay. Twitch chat was sitting behind their desk. They felt the tears well up in their eyes. After the last adventure, Twitch chat found out just exactly how cruel people could be, how nasty and inconsiderate real humans actually were. Twitch chat stared at a picture of a polar bear, a magnificent beast who would not hesitate to kill them, but at least it would be quick. Not a overlong conspiracy of many years, just to be unleashed on them there was at their weakest and darkest moment, when they needed their friends the most. Uh, but there had been one tiny ray of light in this hole. Twitch chat remembered fondly the day they discovered it. It was a Tuesday morning. They remember-enhanced. The memories surfaced before their mind's eye and took the most wonderful shapes. Before Twitch chat well knew it, a single tear welled up in their eyes and trickled down their cheek. Because even when all their friends betrayed them, there was one consistent factor in their life: Jeanette. And Twitch chat knew that the rising aspirations between them could never become true. The feelings Twitch chat had for Jeanette were the only thing in this world that felt true to him. No lies, just that single pure sense and feeling for Jeanette. Alas, Twitch chat thought to themselves hopelessly. But why must they battle? Why must Twitch chat be destined to destroy Jeanette? Can they ever tell Jeanette how much Jeanette means to Twitch chat? If only they could, then all their pain would be over. No more betrayal, no more suffering under the laughter from Nevester, who told him she loved him only to stab him right into the heart at Valentine's Day. No, only Jeanette and Twitch chat's true feelings for him. Author's note. Lol, this has all been so depressive, lol. My next bit will be less dark. Then our gang knew what to do. They had to infiltrate Jeanette's foreboding dungeons, but in order to do so, they had to wear a disguise. Jade thought long and hard about the best disguise. They couldn't be too obvious or threatening because then Jeanette's guards could catch them, but they couldn't look too mundane because then Jeanette's guards would never let them in. No, they had to be clever. So Jade came up with the best idea she had. I don't know who Jade is. They would dress up in gothic clothes. Twitch chat's friends were a little skeptic at that idea, but they all agreed it was for the best. But where would they get the best gothic clothing to surprise the guards with? Nevester knew exactly the best store to go to. Tramp Bam. So they all went there deep in the night and smashed in the door lock in order to enter the store. Twitch chat deactivated the alarm so they could easily get into the store and take whatever they need in order to infiltrate Jeanette's headquarters. But that was okay, because Nevester knew the store owner, and she'd be heavily compensated after the adventure, even though she was already quite rich from her Gothic store franchise. Jade put on a nice tight red leather pants, and then a black tank top with My Chemical Romance's logo on the back, and on top of it all, a nice long leather coat with red streaks on the side. Then she painted her nails black and used red to draw little drops of blood on there, but she only did that because it was the color Lady Foxling dyed her hair these days, not because she's a vampire or a killer or something. Nevester wore a short red skirt with long black stockings that had holes where the toes would go, so she could still paint her toenails. But she also had a corset made from unicorn guts that looked so awesome on her. Over this, all she had a long leather coat. Twitch chat also liked cool clothes. Also had cool clothes. Author's note, but I'm running out of imagination to describe it. So I guess they looked like Neo from The Matrix. I know it's an old movie, but those clothes look so cool. Finally, they were ready to face Jeanette. And this is where the story ends. And that's it. That's all. Oh boy. Okay. So, unfortunately, um, I'll pretend unfortunately, uh, we're out of time for today on this 3rd of July, the 2-year anniversary of Kindred Fates community at least, and sort of kind of the anniversary of like Skymill being a, you know, being a thing almost. Um, so yeah, I'm really glad you guys all came out here. Let me roll the last champion meet dead woman. Nice. Um, yeah, okay, let me roll the very last winner. And remember, at the end of the stream, which will of course be pretty soon, um, I will contact all of these people to give them uh, their reward. And Kill a Queen. Are you in the Twitch chat? I feel like you might be. Alas. Okay, it was Kill a Queen. That's the 5th winner. Um, happy anniversary and bye. Randomization is always hilarious. Dang, I missed it. Oh, no worries. The VOD will be up as soon as the stream's over, and this will go on the Skymill Devs YouTube channel, which is our 2nd channel for stuff that's, like this. But yeah, I'm really really glad that we've been here for 2 years. We've had a really good community. I absolutely love all of you, and I know I speak for the entire team when I say that. Um, and this has been a lot of fun, as much as it's been um, difficult. Um, I think it's been good. I think it'll make a lot of memes. I'm sure there's some clips of this already too. Um, but yeah, I'll see you guys for the next stream. I think it's a Kindred Talks, I believe. That's what's up next in the schedule. Um, but yeah, everybody have a really good day. I know I will. I'll see you later.